All right, we have a new fusion coming to Raid Shadow Legends, which I actually really like doing fusions.
I actually do too.
Yeah. I didn't understand how fun fusions could be and the chase of a character. So we're going to decide and come to our own conclusion today whether or not this fusion is worth going after, because it's a lot of work to get a fusion. We both did Fabian.
We both did Fabian.
I did Mad Hatter and I've been really happy.
We both did Tholen.
Yeah, Tholen was also really good. And then I did Titus, and that'll be part of this conversation as well on whether or not this next fusion, which is going to be called, let's just call him the Throat Ripper. Go ahead.
I call him Doggo.
Doggo?
He's a dog.
Yeah,
Hi,
Doggo.
doggy.
Doggo. So looks like he's a Hydra champion, but he is married to Pac-Master Shrek.
Or I'm calling him Pac-Man Shrek.
Pac-Man Shrek. So this was a fusion from a year ago.
Yeah.
And we were not playing Raid Shadow Legends a year ago, so we did not participate in this. And from what I understand from some of the videos that I've already watched, a lot of people really frustrated with this fusion because he wasn't necessarily amazing, and that they alluded to that there was going to be a dog. Everybody knew there was a dog coming.
Well, yeah, his name is Pac-Master, like master of a pack of dogs.
So now we have the dog, but you and I do not have Pac-Master, so it's going to lead into a whole nother conversation about married characters. Is that the way? What are we going to call them?
Do you know that we're married?
We're married.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there too. That was a pretty good time. We're married. Hey, we're married.
We're married characters.
We're having a baby. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Speaking of sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, Corrado, who also is a married character as well. We're not going to talk about that. Ugo, level 10, works amazing in Raid, one of my favorite champions. Fane, I've not put a lot of interest or resources into, frankly, myself. Deacon.
Love Deacon.
Probably second best epic in the game, and then Sun Wukong, who is still my favorite character, and then there's also a login character, Lamisi. Have you played with Lamisi?
A little bit. I don't have her built up well enough to really get some good damage out of her, but if you're early on in account, she's super, super helpful.
Yeah, legendaries are going to be good one way or another. It's just, this whole game's about managing resources like legendary books like that, and so Lamisi has not been on my top list. But another legendary, you can get 3 legendaries and 3 epics, and you get Lamisi by logging in for 7 days. So this is a fusion which is not going to be easy to get
at all.
And it becomes managing resources and
planning,
having a lot of potions saved up. So you probably have a better shot at it than I do.
I tend to save my potions, and I spend a little more time in the potion keep.
Right.
And I usually plan them out. Like, I do a whole thing. Every time I do a fusion, I do whole videos, like several stages through the fusion, like beforehand, in the middle, and then as I unlock the champion, and I talk about like my process and things that went well and things that didn't.
Yeah, and I don't know what level of gems you would need, but I'm comfortable attempting a fusion with that many number of gems.
And I did Tholen with not a lot of stuff, and I have a lot more stuff right now, so I feel like this is not too much.
Yeah, you're gonna need sacreds.
Yep.
You know, some of the events require 6. I think you need at least between 6 and 15. Let's say we're just make up numbers, and then the gear enhancement events, usually if you start off with about 20 million, it depends on how many they are, because they can cost anywhere from 15 to 25 million, but you can sell off your gear. There's going to be dungeon diver events, and there's going to be farming events, so I'm comfortable with the amount of resources I have. Now let's talk about the kit of Throat Ripper.
Doggy.
Doggo. So we're gonna read this. Let's start at the beginning.
Or actually check, I would check his passive pretty quick.
Alright, let's check out his passive.
Yeah,
Okay.
so when he kills an enemy or decapitates a Hydra head, it'll stack up damage to his attack up to 25%. If you get Pac-Man Shrek on the team with him too, it'll stack by 10% up to 50. So it'll ramp up really a lot over time.
Okay, and so during a Hydra battle, this is going to happen, right? You know, where you're gonna. So
that's it. Oh, you're talking about the bottom part?
Yeah, but the stackage of damage. So by
that happens in all battles.
Yeah, but
or decapitating a Hydra head.
Yes, but so this is I think this is a Hydra champion.
Oh, 100%. Oh, wait till you see the rest of his kit.
Yeah, it's just all. Oh, I've read the kit. Yeah, it's a Hydra. It's a full Hydra champion. So this is gonna ramp up to 25%, and it's gonna ramp up to 50%, specifically in Hydra, where that may not be of value in like Demon Lord or Chimera. It's just not. It's just not. And so instantly activates Dominant Predator skill against the Hydra head.
That's his A3.
Yeah, when an ally is consumed by that head, if Pac-Man is on the team, which means it's also going to happen. Now, what a lot of people were curious is if with Pac-Man, if it's going to do it twice. Because the way this reads right here is that if Pac-Man's, well, we'll just read it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So is it just going to loop in that?
Or just it'll happen once or twice. And there's no cooldown on this, right? Attack one enemy will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as Life Barrier and Poison Cloud, which is
Hydra.
horrible Hydra mechanics, and affects the redirect attack's damage or debuffs to another attack. Repeats this attack once if if Shrek is on this team.
So I think based on the passive, it'll activate the A3 and then it'll go twice.
Yeah,
Like it has to.
On the head that consumed, right? And so
Oh yeah, that's it.
it triggers
Against a Hydra head when by that head, yeah. So whichever. So that's helpful because especially if you have like champ heads that are hard to target or whatever else is going on, it'll automatically make sure that you can start doing damage because you have to do that damage in order to get your swallowed champion back.
That one guy that deflects you somewhere else.
Oh, the Head of Mischief.
Yeah, that guy's horrible. And then
I don't know if this will work. I'm wondering if you can still deflect A3 though.
You'll be fine because you read the rest of the kit. It sidesteps a lot of that stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then there's also sometimes there's nothing worse than having that green and a shield at the same time. So this is going to basically ping into that, passively when it happens. As long, then it's going to make getting through that green part a lot easier, a lot faster. So the real question is like, how useful is this going to be by himself? Packmaster, right? And then we go over here, attack all enemies, which is great against Hydra. Places an extra hit on enemies under 2 or more debuffs. Has a 75% chance of placing Leech, which is great.
Really helpful.
And a 25% weaker 2 turns. These debuffs cannot be resisted if Packmaster is on the team. So this is what's frustrating. If Packmaster is on the team, you don't have to mod this guy for accuracy at all. This just actually I because I was on the fence and now I just made up my mind, and I'll talk about why I just made up my mind right now.
Okay.
Because the way that let's just read the last one. We'll keep going. Attack all enemies. His attack deals single target damage to each target individually rather than AoE damage. It will ignore reflect buffs, pain link. This is all Hydra stuff. Ally protection. Attack also deals double damage when counterattacking if Packmaster is on the team. So I'm not that interested in this fusion, and it just rereading the kit for the second time made me not interested. I'll tell you why. It's solely because of this right here. Because when Packmaster's on the team, you don't
There's
have
no
to,
point in.
You don't need accuracy.
Nope. There's no point in booking him either. At least for the A2.
Well,
you don't care about the buffer.
Cooldown's always going to be a thing. But here's the thing: is that the way a character in my account, it's nothing more frustrating than trying to get speed and accuracy and crit damage and crit chance and attack and HP, or whatever you're trying to do, and then it's just like the less parameters as possible and not having to worry about accuracy is a godsend. I mean, like Tholen doesn't need accuracy.
No.
And so I noticed he does so much damage, right? And if I had to worry about accuracy like I do to a lesser extent on a character like Sun Wukong or Alice, I just don't get the damage output on them unless I sacrifice accuracy, because then I'm using gears like perception or pinpoint as opposed to merciless and slayer or savage and lethal, whatever. This is just not going to be a thing right here. Like, and so I just, Packmaster,
Everywhere.
Packmaster. and I just don't think that he's going to be that great. You know, I don't know if they're rating him 3.5 without. I feel like he's probably a way better with this guy. I mean, this doesn't account for, you know, 3.5, but what does it look like when they're together?
Right.
I do think that anybody that did the fusion last year that is going to do Hydra, I'm still way more interested in what's going on with Titus. This guy popped into my stream yesterday. Big shout out to Bronco, and I got the access to this video on how I'm going to be able to use Titus without having a Wixel, which was my main issue with because we talked about this last time, right?
Right.
I was like, I don't have Wixel, so why am I doing this fusion? And now I'm like, wow.
This one is very specific. You need this exact champion in order for this guy to really work.
I mean, I promise they're going to put Packmaster into a prism thing.
I was going to say he's going to come up in a prism shard, or he's going to have like a 10 times chance in summon, like a progressive summon or something.
Yeah, and I don't, like, they did that with Wixel, but I did the math on Wixel, and actually I'm kind of skeptical of doing these prism shards when I already have one of the characters, because I feel like, how horrible would it be if I'm looking for, like, I want this guy or Lilitu or whatever, and then I get a duplicate Chestar, because I have Chestar. Like, if you did this one, you have Lilitu, right? And it's like, how would that feel if you don't?
If I got a duplicate Lilitu, I'd still be happy.
Okay. Well, because then you could build 2 of them, I guess.
Right.
But I don't know. But,
Right.
like, what would you use 2 of them for? I guess you could put Stone Skin for Arena, and then you wouldn't want to use Stone Skin outside of Arena, so you could skip.
I'd have an Arena Lilitu.
I guess you could do
everywhere
that.
else.
Yeah, but still, I don't think I would want 2 Cheshire Cats, and you know, because you're looking at $100 if you're a spender on the prisms. Oh boy, and then I don't know. I just feel like, and I don't want any of these. Maybe I could do a couple of these, you know, for faction.
Yeah, Magnar would be good to have a duplicate of.
Yeah, I think I've got a +3, and I don't remember this guy's name, but I do use him in Faction Wars. So I don't know if. Are you going to be going for this fusion? What do you think about this fusion?
I'm pretty undecided right now. I don't really, he doesn't seem that interesting to me. And I mean, I know I have the crazy luck when it comes to, you know what was going to happen is I'm not going to do this fusion, and then I'm going to earn Packmaster Shrek in some shard opening, and I'm going to be kicking myself that I didn't do the fusion. So I don't know. I have to kind of think about it. But I mean, I fully agree that this is weird that this guy is just, it's kind of frustrating that it's all based on, like, everything gets so much better and so much more useful only if you have that other champion.
Yeah.
And I feel like the odds there are just super, super narrow, even for my stupid luck.
The only thing that I'm wondering, because they do this in other games where they will have a character a year that is released, like next year they come out with another one that adds to this, like another dog. I don't know, I feel like this game doesn't really lean into like synergies that much, or not as heavily. Like it's
not so specifically.
Yeah, it's like there's mechanic synergies as opposed to like faction synergies. Now they do have those faction, what are they called? There's like the head of one of the factions, and it gets all those stacking bonuses if you use a whole bunch of lizard men. Other than that, it's been married pairs has been really the only, and as far as married pairs, the only married pair that I have is like Kaja and Timit, and Kaja is playable on her own, but Timit is hot garbage by himself.
Just a fool.
And barely playable with her. You know, and like I'm looking at him sometimes. Is it like this guy? I don't think I would play without her at all. It just doesn't work. And so there's that. And so this is a little bit frustrating. I think I have the resources, and I'm gonna take a look at it when it starts, and I may make up my mind halfway through it. But then I'm also wondered about, like, what was it? Esme?
Yeah.
But she was already tied to the beauty. It was the Beauty and the Beast, right? It was already a pair.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, yeah. And so it was like, I don't know, same thing.
Sounds right.
Same movie, right?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. I don't know. Anyways, click the link in the description if you want to download the game Grotto Fox Hunter's legendary character you get right from the start, and then you get 3 amazing epic champions. Ugo's over the top good, so is Deacon Armstrong. Very important, the first 24 hours to use promo code Monkey King. That's right, one word, Monkey King, for the legendary Sun Wukong. And if you log in for 7 days in a row, you will get another legendary character. That's right, you're going to start your journey off with 3 legendaries and 3 epics. Best time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. Bye for now.